guys, welcome back to another episode of Ganer Beta. I'm your Jacob Haya and here to teach you seven synonyms for the common word we all know, no. These are formal ways to say no and will help you increase your vocabulary, spice up your English, and not just sound like a boring drab student that's learning English. Instead, sound more like a fluent English speaker that actually knows what he or she is talking about. All right, you guys are busy, I'm busy, let's get started. Okay, so we're learning 7 formal ways to say no. So this is a formal setting. You're talking to your boss, you're talking to your teacher, your professor, someone older than you. The first and most obvious way, my favorite, is no sir. No sir. And you want to say it kind of confidently, definitely. Don't mumble it. Don't say no sir. That sounds very disrespectful and informal in English. Say it confidently, loudly, clearly. No sir. No sir. And now the next one is just like it, but I'm calling it a different way to say because I want you to get in your mind that in America there's a big difference between saying no sir and no ma'am. No ma'am. That's our next one. No ma'am. And I was very confused when I first came to Bangladesh. There was a female authority, politician, a government worker, and everyone was saying yes sir, no sir to this female. And I was very confused because I was like, she's a female, people are calling her sir. And later someone explained to me that in the Bangladeshi context, the word sir is more like a title, like president, secretary, joint secretary. It can be either gender, female or male. But in America, that's not the case. You say no sir to your female boss, you just made her mad. Or no ma'am to your male boss, a man boss, you just made him mad and insulted him. Basically, you just said you're a female even though you're a man. So don't get those mixed up. Be thinking no sir or no ma'am and make the right choice before you say them, okay? Especially to in that formal setting, the boss, the professor, that sort of thing. Okay, third one, and I like to use this one a lot, is negative. Negative. And this is really helpful. One of the confusing, possibly most confusing things in the American language is the very similar sounding words no and go. How many times has someone said no and the other person, they're maybe across the field, across the word, heard go? Maybe someone's trying to cross the road and they say, can I cross the road? And you yell no, but they hear go. Walk out on the road, get hit by a truck, they die. So I like to use this word negative in contexts where I really don't want that person to hear the word go. In fact, go can almost mean yes in a lot of settings in America. So negative, it's just really obvious you're making this no. So it's good for formal settings. You're talking to your boss, your professor. You want to sound confident. You want to be very clear. You don't want him to hear go. You say negative. Is my computer on? Negative. Negative. Maybe if you said no, the boss might misunderstand you, hear the common word go, and he thinks the computer's on, I can start working. But you can just say negative. Negative. It's a very clear, confident, formal way to say no. I use it all the time, even in informal settings, because I don't like to mix up my no's and my go's. All right, another way, and this is when there's a lot of confidence, a definite no, you say absolutely not. Are you going to get off work early today? Your boss asks you this question. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm staying till I'm supposed to leave, sir. Absolutely not. A good, confident, formal way to say no to your boss. Another way is by no means. By no means. That's a good, confident way to talk to your supervisor. By no means. Are you taking that tea and putting it over there? By no means. By no means. That's your tea. By no means am I going to take that tea and put it over on my desk. By no means. Whenever I say these, practice them with me. Try to sound with the same intonation, same accent, same emphasis as me. By no means. By no means. Another sixth way to say no is never. Again, this is just when you really want to be clear, you really want to be confident, you want to impress that boss. Not just say no, not sound like a boring English speaker. You can use the word never. Have you been up on the roof? Never. Never. That's off limits to the employees. Never been up there. Good, confident no. Lastly, and this is similar to one we already covered, negative. And this is if you really want to increase that clarity, you really want to make it clear and formal, no, you can say, instead of saying negative, you can say the answer is in the negative. The answer is in the negative. And I like this one a lot. When there's some confusion, maybe you're on the phone, the reception isn't good and you don't want to say no or negative, and that part of the answer got mixed up and got cut out of the phone. So you just say a good, confident, the answer is in the negative. That just makes it really clear. You built up, it's kind of like a complete sentence way to answer a question from your supervisor, your boss, and you just want this crystal clear. No one's going to be confused when you say the answer is in the negative. All right, guys, so there was 7 ways to formally spice up your boring English, sound more like a fluent English speaker, sound more educated. 7 formal ways to say no. So I'll catch you later next time on another episode of Ganer Beta. See ya.